back everyone to another TBR. So yeah, it's been a busy month, so I haven't posted as many videos, but yeah, been a busy month. So I'm just gonna go over all the books that I'm going to be reading in November that I'm really excited for, and I bought a couple new books that I'm adding to my TBR as well this week. Let's start with Normal People. This was on my TBR for last month, but I didn't get a chance to actually read it. I didn't actually read many of my books last month because I was doing a mood read week where I was, mood reading for a week. And that took like a while to film, so I didn't actually read many of the books on my TBR. So Normal People I've added just because it's a very short book and it's very fall themed. I think, well, the cover makes it look fall themed, and I thought, yeah, I would like to get this off my TBR. So yeah, Normal People by Sally Rooney. Then we've got a new book that I recently bought, which is Assistant to the Villain, and I've been seeing this, like, it's been going viral, and honestly the cover looks absolutely amazing. And yeah, this just is also very on theme with fall. It's about this woman who goes to interview to be an assistant to a villain, basically what it says in the title. She needs a job, and in this world I guess there's like villains and heroes, and so she applies to be a villain's assistant. And I think it's like a sort of like, it's a romance where they fall in love somehow, but it just seems like a very funny book to read and very unique. So yeah, can't wait to read this. Next, I also wanted to read This Lie Will Kill You, which also was on my TBR last month, but I didn't actually get a chance to read many thrillers. Well, I read 2 thrillers, but this also is just a short read that I think I would like to read in the month of November because I'm feeling in a bit of a thrillery fantasy mood. I'm starting to get in that mood, so yeah, I thought I'd add this. I explained what it was about last month, so I'm not going to go too much into detail with the books that I've already put on my TBR. Next is 5 Survive, which again I put on my TBR last month. So yeah, like I said last month, this is about a group of girls. They're on a caravan trip and their tire gets like blown out, and so they're now in the woods with a sniper trying to kill them for some reason, and they have to figure out why. And yeah, that sounds very good, and it's by Holly Jackson, who wrote A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I still haven't read, but I do have those books. Next, If You Had Been With Me by Laura Nalwin. I'm really excited to read this book. This cover looks absolutely amazing, and just, I don't know what it is. I love book copies like this where it's kind of like big but not like too big. It's just the perfect size, and I love the matte cover, and it's a romance, so I thought it'd be a good palette cleanser of all the thrillers that I have on here. But yeah, I really can't wait to read this, and I really hope I get to it this month. And it was also on my TBR last month. Now we're getting to a book that I didn't put on my TBR last month, but that I'm in the mood to read, and that is One of Us Is Back by Karen M. McManus. I absolutely love this cover of the book. As you can see, it's the sprayed edges version, and it just looks absolutely amazing. I bought it a while ago, and if you didn't know, I actually have every single one of Karen M. McManus's books. I actually found her when her first book came out, One of Us Is Lying, and I didn't even really find it through hype. I just saw it one day and I was like, ooh, this looks interesting, and I read it and I absolutely fell in love with it. And that was when her first book came out. And then after that, she released more books in the series and more books as like different books in the series, and I was like, I have to get those. So I literally have every single one of her books that she's ever written on my shelf. Like, I've not missed one. And then I saw this in stores and I was like, I'm not about to miss another. So I did buy One of Us Is Back. This is the 3rd book in the Bayview trilogy. This is the 3rd book in the Bayview trilogy series. Like I said, the first book was her debut novel, and then she wrote a 2nd book about the characters, and now we're getting a 3rd book, and I'm really, really excited to get back into this, and I can't wait to read this. I'm just, yeah, really excited. Then I have Then She Was Gone, which was on my TBR last week as well, and it is again a thriller, but this just sounds like a very interesting thriller, and I've honestly been very I can't wait to read this because I love thrillers like this, psychological thrillers. Well, this is about a woman whose daughter went missing, and she's now dating this new guy who's got a daughter himself, and the daughter suspiciously looks a lot like her daughter that went missing. And yeah, I just love psychological thrillers. One of my favorite type of thrillers isn't even the one where a bunch of people are getting murdered and you don't know who's doing it. My favorite type of thrillers are psychological thrillers. I absolutely love them, so I can't wait to get into this. Next, I recently bought Babel, and I just needed to add this to this month, not only because I'm on a mini book buying ban, so I shouldn't have bought it, but the cover, just like this new cover, was just screaming at me, and I had to get it. The paperback cover is absolutely beautiful, so I did buy it. So I thought I could offset me buying a book by just reading it next month. It is quite a big book, but yeah, I'm really excited to read it. I don't know, I know what it's about, but it's hard for me to explain. It's basically about this world that sort of has a magic system, but magic is used through language, as in magic is tied to language somehow. And apparently this has a lot of themes of racism and colonialism and like stuff like that, and I'm really excited to read that because I haven't actually read a thought-provoking book like that in a while. I've mainly just been reading like fiction books and stuff like that, so like this feels like it's going to be a very deep book, and I haven't actually read a deep book in a very long while, so I feel like this is going to be perfect. And it's also dark academia, which is perfect for this time, and I actually haven't read a dark academia really yet, so I thought this could be a dark academia that I read for this year. The next two books are All In and Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and if you saw my mood reading vlog, you know that I have read The Naturals and Killer Instinct, and I absolutely loved it. Everybody's been talking about the series non-stop. Loads of booktubers have been talking about it, so I just picked up the series and I read The Naturals. It was an immediate 5 stars. I literally could have finished that in one sitting. I finished that really quickly, and I don't usually finish books quickly because I'm busy like most of the time. I'm a very busy person, so I don't usually finish books quickly, but that book I finished really quickly, and the chapters in this book are super short. One thing that just makes me read a book so much faster is when the chapters are short. The only bad thing about these books is that the last two came in different sizes, so these are bigger than the first two, which is annoying, but also just how floppy these books are, amazing. This is heavily bigger than the first few books, but yeah, I'm really excited to read it. I rated The Naturals 5 stars, then I rated Killer Instinct 3 stars or 4 stars, I think. I don't know, it was one of those books where I really liked it in the moment, but now that I've finished reading it and it's past a couple of weeks, it didn't stand out as much as the first book stood out in The Naturals. So yeah, I'm reading this, and if you wanted to know, I'm so shipping Dean with her, I honestly forgot the character's name. That's embarrassing. And if you wanted to know, I'm honestly shipping Cassie and Dean together, of course, because like, who wouldn't? I mean, I love them too. But yeah, these are 2 books that are also going to be on my TBR. The last book on my TBR for this month is Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. I bought this book because everybody like talks about this book. It is a very popular book, and I've been wanting a book to do with love triangles. If you don't know, one of my favorite tropes in books is love triangles, and I know that's a very unpopular opinion. I don't know why. But yeah, I love love triangles, and people say that in this book there is a love triangle, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna read that. So yeah, this has a love triangle, and I'm really excited. It's a football romance as well, and I can't wait to read this. I've just decided to add 2 more books to this list, which will make a list of 12, which is very ambitious since I barely even read 10. I barely even read 5 books a month, but this is not really like I have to finish these 12 books. This is just giving me options to read. on my TBR. So another one of the options of books that I'm going to have on my TBR this month to read is If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio, which I also recently got. And it's also dark academia. From what I know, this is about I think it's like they all went to university together and they did like a Macbeth play. I think it has something to do, like, not Macbeth, Shakespeare. They did a Shakespeare play, and I think this relies heavily on like Shakespeare because they were all in the Shakespeare play together. And I think during that Shakespeare play a murder was committed and then someone went to prison for it. But now there's like a school reunion, and then I think now there's like questions as to who actually did it, and who actually committed the murder. And so yeah, they're all trying to find out who actually committed the murder at this reunion. I think that's what the book is mainly. All I know is it has high Shakespeare influences. So yeah, I added this because just in case I wanted another option to Babel and I wanted more dark academia vibes. And now the last book is The List by Yomi Adekoya. I know I'm butchering that name and I'm not saying that right. I got this like a couple weeks ago, probably like a month ago. What caught me was obviously the cover, because literally got an emoji in the cover, and then I obviously read the blurb and I absolutely fell in love with it because it sounds very, very interesting. And basically it's about this woman and she's got a husband, and it's in this world someone has this list where basically she posts names of like abusive men and then she outs abusive men. And one day this woman's husband ends up being on the list and she's like, what's going on? So basically the book is about her questioning her marriage, questioning the person she's married to, and finding out what actually happened. Is he actually this person? Has he actually abused someone before? I think yeah. And it should be also another very thought-provoking read. So yeah, I could read this month because I'm very interested. Clearly I'm in the mood for many books this month. I just put all the books I'm in the mood for on my TBR, and I'm in the mood for many different types of books this month. So yeah, I can't wait to read them. But yeah, that's all really. I'm not going to be doing what I read this month because I honestly didn't read many books. I read like maybe 3 books. Like today was not a great reading month for me. Well, it was a great reading month in terms of 5-star reads and enjoyable reads because like I said, I read The Naturals and I really enjoyed that. But it wasn't a great month in terms of reading many books, but that doesn't matter because it's not the quality, it's not the quantity, it's the quality. So yeah, but yeah, that's all I wanted to show you. But yeah, that's all the books I'm going to read next month, and I hope I get through most of them. So I'll see you next time. Bye.